Welcome to the Middleware Tech YouTube channel. In this series, you'll learn about Java Lambda Expression in Java. All code examples used in the videos will be available on GitHub. Let's get started.
The main purpose of implementing this Lambda expression is to bring the concept of functional programming to Java. So what is that functional programming? I'm coming into this. Before that, we'll talk about this Lambda expression. So it provides a clear and concise way to represent one method interface using a particular expression. So the main purpose of this Lambda expression is to write a concise code. We are going to write concise code in Java. Okay. So how we can reduce the code using Lambda expression, that we have to understand. Okay, so using this Lambda expression, I'm going to write less number of code. Very simply, if I want to say, then I'll say that the purpose of this Lambda expression is to call now there is lots of other things, functional interfaces there. I'm coming into that. So to write less number of code, I will go for this Lambda expression. Okay. So how it is, if you remember, last day we talked about anonymous class object. So if you think about that anonymous class object, how we have implemented that anonymous class object, let me talk about that anonymous class object, because Lambda expression concept came from this anonymous class object itself. Now, if you think about this anonymous class, anonymous class. Last day we talked about anonymous class, right? So what we have done, anonymous class, the class that doesn't have any name. The class that doesn't have any name is called an anonymous class, but we can create an object of that particular class. Correct? So what we talked about anonymous class, if I have an interface, public interface, assume hello world. Hello world. Hello world. Right? Now, if we have a particular interface contain, now see, if you remember last day talked about anonymous class object overriding the method of some other class, right? Similarly, I can create an anonymous class object overriding the method from abstract class or interface also. Okay, so I've just written one interface here. That interface contain a particular method called void hello. Okay, this interface contain a particular method called void hello, right? So if I'm going to create an anonymous class object, how I'm going to create that anonymous class object? How we can create an anonymous class object? So create one class. Okay, fine. Assume this is a class. In this class, I want to create an anonymous class object. Fine. So I want to run it also. Okay, let's write the main method. Public static void main string args. Fine. Okay. Okay. I've written, right? Okay. Now here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create an anonymous class object. Okay, I'm coming into Lambda expression because this Lambda expression concept came from anonymous class object only. Fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create an anonymous class object. Fine. So create one anonymous class object. Here, how I can create anonymous class object. new hello world, new hello world. So I'm going to override a method, this. So I'm getting animals class object, semicolon, right? And override the method of the interface hello world. So override this method, public void hello, and I'm overriding this method, right? Fine, and just write something here inside this system dot out dot println, print here like inside anonymous class object, right? This is an anonymous class object overriding the method of the interface hello world, correct? This is an anonymous class object overriding the method of the class, so that class doesn't have any name, right? I'm creating an anonymous class object overriding the method of the interface hello world. But if you create like this, then you have to point out this object using a particular handle, then only you can work with that object, right? So use that handle, control C, control V, hello world, HW equal to new hello world. Fine. Fine, it will be like this, right? File save. Fine, right? Okay. Save it. Now here, so I have created one anonymous class object. Fine. Okay. Now how I can call it? How I can call this, right? This is the main method, right? Object you have created inside a main method. So just call it inside this main method only. How HW dot hello. That's it. Right? So I'm calling this anonymous class object like this. So let me check it is running or not. Control C, hc.java, right? Okay. Create a class hc.java, file new, class. Just use that class hc. Control V, save it. Save this. Right click, source format, save it. Right click, run as Java application. So it is working fine. It's working fine, right? I've created an anonymous class object. I'm calling the method that is declared inside this anonymous class object. Right? So there is no issues on this, right? Okay. Now I'm talking about the lambda expression. Now this is anonymous class object. Fine. I'm talking about lambda expression. Talking about lambda expression. So lambda expression, first point I want to say about it, like this lambda expression, it is an anonymous function. It is an anonymous function. It's an anonymous function. So anonymous function has no name, right? Anonymous class has no name. That same like that. That is without name, right? That is without return type. That is without modifier. So this anonymous lambda expression, it's an anonymous function without name, without return type, without modifier. Just now we find how this anonymous class object. So what does it mean by this lambda expression? It's an anonymous function without name, without return type, without modifier. So let's understand it. Let's understand this. Fine. Writing a particular code. I think this will be much more better. So let's write a Java class. We'll understand writing multiple methods. Let's see. I'm writing a method. I'm just writing a method. See here, public void show. It's a show method, and this show method, what I'm going to do is that I'm printing some statement. System.out.println hello. System.out.println hello. Hello. Right? Okay. Now this is a simple Java method. It's a simple Java method, right? Now what we want is that I want to write concise code. The lambda function or lambda expression came to create concise or to create less code. So we can create we can write a program writing less code. Can write method saying less code. How it is, or concise code. How it is. Let's explore in this. Now this is a Java method, public void show. It's a Java method, and this Java method, I want to that method is printing hello. Now what I want to create a lambda expression from this method. Correct. So what lambda function is saying? First point, what it is saying: without name, without return type, and without modifier. Correct. First point, it is saying without name, without return type, without modifier. So just do that one. Control C. Write in the same method. Just see here, please. Just see. I'm moving step by step. Without name, remove name. Fine. Without return type. In this case, it's void. Without modifier. So the function come like this. Function came like this. Correct. Okay. Next we use one special symbol to tell that it's a lambda expression. We use, let me write here. Second step I want to write here. We use one special symbol to tell that the symbol is like this. The symbol is this one. We'll use this special symbol to tell that it is a lambda expression. So how it is? So just this one, Control C, Control V. We use the symbol here. Fine. And if you want to write, it should come like this. Like this, right? We use one special symbol this to tell that it is a lambda expression. So it's a lambda expression. Fine. Now the body of the lambda expression contain only one line. In this, if you see the body of the lambda expression, that contain only one line, right? So we can remove that curly brace also. Body of the lambda expression contain only one line. Correct? Only one line, right? So you can remove that Control C. You can remove that curly brace also. So this curly brace also not required. That's it. This is the lambda expression. If we have multiple lines, then you can put inside a curly brace. But if you have only one line, then you're not required to use curly brace. So that becomes a lambda expression. Fine. Now see here the complete method. This is the complete method Java method that you are using till Java 7. Till Java 7. In Java 8, that method converted like this. This is the lambda expression. So it is much more concise than writing this method. Correct? Correct. So let me try to understand lambda expression writing another one example. This is one examples. This is, I've taken one example, right? This is one example we have used. Let's understand this lambda expression writing another one example. I'm talking about only lambda expression now. Let's write another one Java method that is returning addition between two number. Okay, any Java method you can write that is returning addition between two number. Fine. So how to write this Java method, right? Public void method that is going to return addition, right? So you can write int a comma int b. Fine. So this is your method. And what are you going to do? You're printing a plus b. Fine. So system dot out dot println and print a plus b. So you're printing a plus b, right? It's a simple Java method. Now what I want to do, I want to convert this method as a lambda expression. So what lambda expression is saying? Lambda expression is saying, Control C, lambda expression is saying that no method name, no return type, no access specifier. Fine. Next, lambda expression is saying that to implement it as a lambda expression, we have to use one symbol. What is the symbol? This symbol. Fine. Next, I'm just showing the update, how I'm moving one by one. Next, this one, if you have in the lambda expression, you have only one statement, then this curly brace not required. Curly brace not required. Correct? Fine. Now the thing is that here, the left side of this curly brace is the input to the method, and right side is an output. It will think like this. So left side is an input. So now here, in the left side, compiler can guess the type automatically. You are using int, right? The compiler can guess the type automatically, which data you are going to write, right? So I can convert this complete lambda expression the next step. I'm just showing the update. So this type is also not required. Compiler can automatically type. I'll talk about how compiler is going to guess automatic type. Okay, so we should not specify the type also. Fine. And it's a good Lambda expression. Just see here the complete method we have converted as a Lambda expression, and it look like this. So it is, that means what we are going to write we're going to write a concise code. Very simply, layman's language, we're going to write a concise code using Lambda expression. Okay. So let's understand it. Let's understand it. Writing another one Java function. I'm writing 2 or 3 so that it will be clear much more. I have to use it in multiple location. Let me talk about this Lambda expression. The third example. I'm taking the third example. Java method, how we can convert Lambda expression. Take the third example. Like take any Java method. Okay, any Java method that is returning some multiplication between two number. Okay, any Java method that is returning multiplication between two number. Fine. So take it public int multiplication or square as you wish. Okay, you can use here int a. And just see here, please. This is Java method, and it's going to return a into a. Fine, like this, right? So if you see here, it's a simple Java method that is returning multiplication or square of a, square of 3, square of 4, square of 5, like that, right? Now, if I want to convert this one as a Lambda expression, then what I'll do? Just see here, please. Once again, Control V. Lambda expression is saying no name, no return type, no access specifier. First step, right? Okay, Control C. Second step, what it is saying, we have to use a special symbol to make it a Lambda expression. A special symbol will be here after input. Correct? Fine. Next, what I'm saying, compiler will automatically identify the type, which type of data you're going to give an input. So that is also not required. Fine. Okay. Now see, it's returning something, right? So without curly brace, not required to return. If you are using curly brace, okay, inside curly brace, this return is mandatory. Okay, now what I want is that I don't want to use this curly brace. Okay, I don't want to use this curly brace. So if I'm not using curly brace, then this we don't have to use return also. So it will be like this. Now in the left side you have only one argument, right? You have only in the left side you have only one argument, right? So if it is only one argument, so this is also not required. Now see here, this complete Java method converted as a Lambda expression like this. Correct. So what we find here is that like this way, so that if you are very much familiar with the Lambda expression, then you're not going to write a method like this in Java. No. Why you're going to write like this if you know Lambda expression? So because using this Lambda expression, I'm going to write a very concise code where the left side of this symbol is an input to the method and right side is an output to the method, a return type of the method. Left side is Lambda expression is an input to the method and right side is a return type or output to the method. So like this way, we can write a very concise code to converting a Java method as a Lambda expression. Right. Now here, the purpose how So how I can call a particular, now this is all about, I'm talking about lambda expression. Using lambda expression, there is lots of things. I'm just talking about here lambda expression only lambda expression. I'll come all the things one by one. So what I talked about, first we talked about anonymous class. What you find in the anonymous class? Anonymous class is that class that doesn't have any name. So I can get an object of an anonymous class. So we are saying that this lambda expression is nothing but an anonymous function. Okay, so from this anonymous class, this lambda expression concept came. It's an anonymous function without name, without return type and modifier. And using this lambda expression, I can write a very concise code. Okay, I can write a very concise code using this lambda expression. Okay, so that you can see that that's very easy to understand from here, that yes, from complete Java method converted as how it is. Correct? Complete Java method, how I can write a concise code, and complete Java method converted. This is how this lambda expression look like, right? Similarly, the third scenario, complete Java method converted as using lambda expression like this, right? Right. So I've given 3 examples here. Now thing is that I have created this lambda expression. Okay, the Java method I've converted as a lambda expression. Here lots of things is there. I'll come with lots of examples. Now I'm just trying to focus on the basics only. Okay, so how I can call this lambda expression? It's fine. You're converting the method as a lambda expression is okay, like this. I've given 3 examples. And the question is how I can call this lambda expression. Okay, how I can call this lambda expression. So see here the hello world example you have done. I want to convert this one. Just see this one we have done, right? Now I want to convert this hello world example using lambda expression, and we'll see that how I can call this lambda expression. Now just copy this code. Just see here, please. How to call lambda expression, how we can, I'm coming to that interface, I'm coming into that, but for that let me complete the basic one first. How we can call the lambda expression, right? How we can call the lambda expression. So to call the lambda expression, write this method itself, write this method control, right? Now see, this is an object, new hello world, right? And so it is saying like no method name, right? No return type. Just here I'm just converting. No access specifier, correct? And I have to use this symbol, correct? Only one statement in the right side, so no curly brace, no curly brace, right? Fine. Okay, now here this one, this hello world, it is not required. Now see, this is a lambda expression, and this lambda expression can write like this. So this complete program we have converted using lambda expression. See here, this hello world program When I'm using this lambda expression, you have to write very less number of code, concise code. Correct? Let me check it is running or not. Control C, copy. File, new class. Use some other package. HC. Control V. Save it. Now here, this is save it. Now see the complete class, right click, run as Java application, right, convert it like this. So we have created, this is a lambda expression, and this lambda expression I'm going to point with a particular interface reference, and using this interface reference I can call, and it is working fine, right? So this is how we can convert a Java class as a lambda expression, and I can call that lambda expression using an interface reference. Using an interface reference, I'm calling this lambda expression, right? Using this interface reference, I'm calling this lambda expression, right? Right? Okay, so so how we now, so now we got another one component. So from here, like, so this interface have a specific name. Again, I'm saying, just now we talked about lambda expression, how to write a lambda expression. Now that hello world example, I have just converted using a lambda expression, and it is like this, and it is working fine. Now, if you see, this is lambda expression. This is the lambda expression. So how I'm calling this lambda expression? I'm calling, right? I'm calling that lambda expression, right? How I'm calling that lambda expression? Using an interface reference. Using an interface reference, I'm calling this lambda expression. Then only I got this output, right? So this interface has a special name in Java 8. Its name is functional interface. Okay. This interface has a special name in Java 8, and it is, this interface name is functional interface. Okay, so let's talk about functional interface then. Let's talk about functional interface. Okay. Let's talk about functional interface. This interface actually a special name in Java 8. Its name is functional interface. Okay, so let's talk. Our topic is now functional interface. Now think about what are the properties of interface first. Just now we talked about interface properties. So interface properties are you got like till Java 1.7 version. What are the interface properties? Like interface is used to implement multiple inheritance. Interface contain a particular variable that is by default public, static, final. Interface methods are by default public and abstract. Interface method has no body till Java 7. interface definition, right? Any class that implements an interface must have to override all the method that is declared in the interface, right? Okay, now they've implemented in Java 8 the concept of functional interface. Let me talk about this functional interface. The main purpose of using functional interface is to call Lambda expression. First point, it is used to call a Lambda expression. That is the main purpose of using functional interface. Main purpose is to call a Lambda expression. Okay. Now any interface is called functional interface? No, there is some specific interface that contain. See, we have lots of interfaces. Now there is some specific interface that contain only one or single abstract method. Interface that contain only one abstract method are defined as a functional interface. We have some of the in Java. You'll find those interfaces like runnable, then comparable, then comparator. These are some of the interface. These are that contain a single abstract method. So any interface that contains single abstract method is called a functional interface. Okay. So you can say like this, and then you can say second point, like a functional interface contain a single abstract method. It contain a single abstract method. Okay. Now inside functional, now I'm talking about Java 8. Fine, in Java 8 features, I'm talking about Java 8. Now in Java 8, on a special type of interface that contain a single abstract method is called functional interface. And this functional interface, using this functional interface, I can call a Lambda expression. Okay, so in this example, this hello world is one type of functional interface. So to identify whether it is functional interface or not, you can use one annotation @ functional interface. You can use one annotation. So if I'm using this here, so I'm using one annotation here @ functional. So if you are not something, if you're writing something wrong, then it will give an error. Interface means annotation means you're not. If you're writing something wrong, its use is optional. If you're something wrong, it will give an error. Assume I'm writing two methods here: Control C, Control V. Hello one. So if you see this, I have written this one as a functional interface, but I have written two abstract methods. Already you know, right? Interface methods are by default public abstract. I don't have to say here. So here I have two abstract method. Now I'm saying that it is a functional interface. If it is a functional interface, I should have or I must have a single abstract method. But I have two abstract methods. So it is giving an error because I have used this annotation. Right? It will just verify whether whatever you are writing is correct or not. Whatever I have just written here, it is wrong. Why? Because functional interface contain a single abstract method. So then in that case, you have to provide single abstract method. Now it is a functional interface, no error. The property of functional interface. Functional interface contain a single abstract method, and using functional interface, we always call a Lambda expression. The purpose of functional interface is to call lambda expression only. In Java 8, if I want to call a lambda expression, then I have to use functional interface. So this functional interface is a special type of interface that contains a single abstract method. Okay, and its purpose is to call lambda expression. Now another one point is that from Java 8, I can have some static method also inside interface. That you have to remember. Again, I'm saying for the time, just I'm not going into details now. From Java 8, I can have a static method inside an interface. Okay, so you can write public static demo. Okay, it's a method. So from Java 8 version, public demo. Okay, public static void demo. So what is this method? This is a static method. Just see here. So if you remember that from Java 8 version, I can have a static method inside an interface. Why I'm writing a static method? What is the advantage of writing a static method? How to call? Everything we'll talk about later, not now. Now I'm talking about the features of functional interface. So from Java 8, I can have a static method inside a functional interface. Just see here, I've just written a static method. There is no error. Not only static method, I can have a default method also inside an interface. Okay, I can have a default method. Like if I want to write a default method inside functional interface, I can write default void show the default method. Now see here, there is no error. So inside a functional interface, you can have only one abstract method, but you can have static method. Now see, can I have only one static method or more than one static method? Let me check. I have written more than one static method. See here, I can have more than one static method inside a functional interface. Can I have only one default method or more than one default method? Let me check. Control V. I can have more than one default method. Just see here. Yes, I can have more than one default method inside function interface. Right click source format. Now the question is that why in Java 8 they are saying that you can write a static method inside an interface, functional interface. You can write a default method. What is the advantage of writing method inside interface? Why they came with that concept of a static method inside an functional interface, default method inside a functional interface? That we'll talk about later, not tomorrow. We'll talk about those things. For the time being, I just want to focus on functional interface properties. So another one point came on functional interface. That is number 3 point about functional interface. That is it can have static method and default method also. So I'm not talking about static method, default method now in details. We'll talk about tomorrow, not today, because everything will else get hodgepodge. So now I'm talking about lambda expression and functional interface and its properties. So I've added 3 properties for functional interface, right? Okay, fine. So also so another point I have added, right? So number 4 point, that if I want to define whether a particular interface is functional interface or not, then you can use @ function these annotations for Control Z, Control C. This one, these annotations you can use @ functional interface. Okay, and but its use is optional. That is not mandatory. So you can write use of at that function interface is optional. Okay. Next, another one point, number 5th point, if I want to add in one properties of function interface, like same like interface property only. Okay. As one interface is going to extend another one interface, same like one functional interface will extend another functional interface. Okay, one functional interface will extends another functional interface. One functional interface will extend another functional interface. Okay. Okay. Right. So this is all about here. I'm not going into this in more depth, but there is some inbuilt functional interfaces also there. Okay. We have some inbuilt functional interface, and this is like supplier, consumer, okay, predicate. So there is some inbuilt functional interfaces there. So what are the different inbuilt functional interfaces that are given in Java 8, and how to use those inbuilt functional interface in our object-oriented programming approach. This is actually functional programming, not object-oriented programming. How to implement that functional programming using that inbuilt functional interfaces, like predicate is there, supplier is there, consumer is there, by predicate is there, by supplier is there, by consumer is there. So how to use all the inbuilt functional interfaces that is provided in Java 8, right? That is one point of exploration we have to talk about there, right? So how to talk about, so there is lots of things in Java 8 features. So for the time being, I have just added two major concepts in Java 8. Two major concepts I have just added here. One major concept is Lambda expression that came from the concept of anonymous class. So this is the one and major concept of Lambda expression. What is Lambda expression? Why I am using Lambda expression, and how I am going to write or converting a Java method as Lambda expression. Okay, that we talked about here. Second point is that functional interface. What is functional interface? And what is the requirement of functional interface? Main purpose of functional interface is to call Lambda expression. How I can create a Lambda functional interface? That means functional interface must have a single abstract method, right? So the concept of functional interface came in Java 8 to call Lambda expression only. And we have given a simple hello world example where I have used one functional interface, but it is an user-defined functional interface. It is not inbuilt. So using this user-defined functional interface, I've given one demo how I can call a Lambda expression. Fine, but this is just a demo part on the basics of Lambda expression and functional interface. So I'll suggest do some labs on this. Only this lab only. Check it is running in your system, so that tomorrow we'll try to explore on the advanced part using functional interface, okay, and Lambda expression, and some other features from Java 8. Fine. Yes, please. Anyone want to add something else here, please? Fine.
Hello.
Please.
Yeah, suppose we have one abstract method and one default method in the functional interface, and we have implemented that functional interface in our class, and suppose I want to call and we have implemented those method as a lambda expression. And suppose we have to call those two methods, then how we can call, because the
Okay.
method name is not there.
First of all, default method I have not told still now, right? Default method. I have just written only one method here, right? So default method we have not added. We'll talk about default method tomorrow. Let's do it for this one first. And now if I have written any particular method inside an interface, so if you see here, using this interface reference, I'm calling hello. When I'm calling this hello, that time when I'm calling this hello, so I'm calling this hello is a method that is declared inside an interface. Then it is calling this lambda expression and it's going to print. If you see from here, it's a lambda expression. Left side is a method,
Okay.
hello, input, and right side is the output. So when I'm calling this lambda expression, using this functional interface reference, what I'm doing, I'm calling this reference dot hello method. And I'm calling this hello method that is declared inside inside functional interface. It is calling this lambda expression and it is printing the output. This is for a simple method. This is for a simple method. Default method I'm not given here. Default method we'll talk about tomorrow, because you have to talk about lots of things on default method, static method, A to Z. So for a simple method, how I can call using lambda expression, I've given on a small demo here. Now here lots of other scenario is there. I can call it. There is lots of inbuilt functional interfaces is there. Predicate is there. Consumer is there, by consumer, by predicate, supplier, by supplier. Lots of other functional interfaces there. How I can call a particular method. So I'm not going into that for the time being. For the time being, just I've given one example of user-defined functional interface. And if I want to call a particular method, not default method also I have not yet discussed yet. A simple abstract method, if I want to call, then I can call it like this. The advanced part I'll come after some time.
Okay, fine. Thank you.